Hi, my name is Rohit, and welcome to my channel where we talk about life, love, and spirituality. Today's topic is about how to experience abundant energy and vibrant aliveness in every area of your life. Now, this is the first in a two-part series. In this series, we're going to talk about how you can feel recharged at the end of the day for family and friends, how you can be enthusiastic, vibrant, inspired, and creative, regardless of the circumstances, and how you can feel truly alive and abundant with life energy in all areas of your life. To do this, we're going to learn how to maximize the sources of energy, how to become more efficient at absorbing energy, how to generate and share energy without feeling drained or burnt out. There's a lot ahead for you, a lot of tools and tricks and proofs and ways in which you can experience all of this practically. So hang in there, and I'll be back with you in just a moment. Hi, and welcome back. The world is full of energy, and I think by now you might know that everything you see, hear, touch, taste, everything is energy. In fact, at one point, scientists used to say that it's 99.9% air or energy, and the rest is atoms and protons kind of floating in space. But today they actually say, no, that's not true either. All of it is energy. That's right. We are in a world of energy. We are energy, and we need energy. And what we give out, we're giving energy. So it appears that the world is solid, it appears that the world is real, but in fact it is not. Once you embrace this idea, and you embrace the idea that the world is energy, then life begins to take a very different meaning. In ancient times, in the ancient Vedas of India, thousands of years ago, around 5000 BC is when they were written, they would talk about the world as being Maya, or illusion. Now, the illusion that they were referring to is the very same thing. It appears to be real, but in fact it's not. They would say that that which is eternal, that which is spirit or energy, is that which is real, and that which is temporary, that is this world, is that which is false or illusory or Maya, right? They referred to the idea that this world was Brahman. Brahman was the energy of God, which is present in everything and everyone. That is something that is now being proven by scientists all over the world. As they look into their electron microscopes, they begin to observe exactly these words of wisdom spoken thousands of years ago. We are as such like a fish swimming in water that doesn't know what water is. And you ask a fish, what is water? If you could ask a fish that, it would say, water? What is water? I've never heard of water. I've never seen water. There is no such thing as water, right? But we being on the outside, we see water. We understand what is water. The fish doesn't. The same way, we are swimming in the energy of that which has been called God. And we ask, where is God? Well, all around us, everywhere. We are swimming in God. We are breathing God. We are eating God. And within us is God. So God is everything, within and without. I know some people don't like to use that term and would prefer to use the universe, and I'll leave that up to you. Whatever feels right for you, please feel free to use that. This energy that we experience is a spiritual energy. Now, many people differentiate between the world as being mundane, material, and all of that, and they think that out there is a spiritual world. Well, I want to make the claim to you today that this world right here is filled with spiritual energy. This energy, if you learn to tap into it and connect with it and feel it, you'll discover that what I'm saying is correct. But we'll do some experiments along the way so you can actually get that. This energy is not just made of atoms and protons, it is the energy of the divine filling the universe like sun rays fill our planet. It swirls around in various ways, creating the illusion of reality. So having said that, let's take a look at what are the sources of this energy. Where does it come from? Like, what are the most abundant ways to get it? Now, in the ancients used to talk about the elements. The elements were actually the sources of energy, that is nature, right? Which was divided into earth, water, fire, air, and ether. So let me break those down for you. Earth means nature. This body, in fact, is also made of earth. It is made of natural materials. That could be the food you eat. It could be the places you go to in nature, the trees, all of that, right? Then there's water. Water refers to not only the water you drink, but the water you shower or bathe in, the water that is in the pools, in the lakes, in the rivers, in the oceans, water. That's why when we go there, in nature or where there is bodies of water, we find ourselves energized, right? Don't you feel great? You feel relaxed, you feel good, right? On a vacation or any other time when you're out in nature. The same thing applies to fire. When you're sitting near a fireplace, you feel good, you feel relaxed. The same happens when you're sitting in the sunshine. Not too much of it maybe, but as long as you're there and soaking in some sun, you're going to feel relaxed and good. We all have this experience. And finally, there's air. When you breathe deeply, and I'll show you how to do that, you'll begin to feel relaxed. Immediately, you're taking in this energy of the universe, and you're beginning to feel recharged and rejuvenated. So earth, water, fire, air, and ether. Ether means open spaces, according to me. The way I see it is when you go into open spaces, unencumbered by all these apartments and houses and buildings and freeways, you'll begin to feel again relaxed. That's why most of us go on vacations. That's why we like to go out into the countryside, open spaces. So these are some of the rich sources of energy. And while we're in our homes, we have food and water and the air we breathe, as well as our own bodies that we can tap into energy from. All natural materials are vibrant sources of energy. We ourselves are like a nuclear reactor. Let me explain to you what I mean. Nuclear reactors were designed to be able to take atoms, split them, and release the energy that is contained within the atom. In much the same way, we have the ability to release energy from matter. That's right. We're doing it all the time. We just haven't connected the dots to understand this. Just like an alchemist turns lead into gold, we turn matter into energy or into spirit. We have this amazing ability. Now, I'd like you to give it a try. Let's do an experiment. I'd like you to take a deep breath, deep, all the way down into your belly, all the way into your belly, and bring your awareness to your breath. Then you breathe out, bring your awareness to the outgoing breath. And bring your awareness to the incoming breath. Just relax, come into your breath, and feel what lies within you. If you'd like to carry out this experiment and expand it even further, step out, maybe into your patio, your balcony, your garden, anywhere that you have outside in nature, and try the experiment again. Repeat the process. Breathe deeply. Bring your awareness to your breath. And then feel what lies within you. You'll notice that when you step out in nature, the same experience that you're having becomes even greater. It multiplies, it magnifies. Try it sometime and see for yourself. What you're going to notice is that you feel light, peaceful. This thing inside you that you're feeling is calm, relaxed. These are some of the words people use when I ask them to do the experiment. So when you do it, notice for yourself. Where is this calm coming from? It's not the same as being in your head. It's not the same as when someone touches your body or when you feel something in your body. It's a very different experience. Where is it coming from? My assumption or my belief is that it's coming from your soul. And when you're in nature, it's coming from all of nature. You're going to feel, if you stay in this place, a presence that is very gentle, loving, kind, and sweet. You will feel energized, rejuvenated, revitalized, and refreshed. How come? Why? Nobody stops to ask that, because this is spiritual energy. It's all around you. And what you're experiencing is coming from that spiritual space that lies within you, that lies all around you. You will feel uplifted. Your skin will begin to glow. Your energy will be vibrant. You will feel a joy that comes for no reason at all. You will feel content. Your senses will open wide. Your mind will be clear. It's an amazing feeling. And this is available to you instantly. It doesn't take hard work. It's not something that you need to struggle for. In fact, it's the opposite of struggling. This right here is the proof, the evidence of the presence of your soul and God within you and all around you. This here is what some have called heaven on earth. Nothing has had to happen. Nothing miraculous took place. It was here all along. It was always here. It's just that we were not. We were not present to it. We were not open to it. We were too much in our heads, too much in our thoughts, in our emotions, and in our work and in our doing to actually stop and experience and feel it. So many of us arrive back home from our work feeling drained. I don't know if you've had that experience, but many people complain of this. It's very hard to be turned on and lit up all day. By the time you come home, you're done. You're feeling blah. And your family gets the remains, the leftovers, the dregs. You have no energy for them, for your children or your friends or your loved ones. And then that's when you turn to TV or alcohol or drugs or food, sleep to restore your body. But what if there was a better way to energize? What if you could tap into this energy that is all around you and inside you and recharge instantly? To do that, you might want to learn how to better absorb energy from the world around you. You see, we're constantly consuming and sharing energy. We consume energy by breathing, eating, drinking, by being in nature. We might swim or hike, do any such activity. And we share when we're talking, touching, kissing, or making love. All of these, including the time we spend with our pets and with our plants, are ways in which we are receiving energy. The question is how efficient or inefficient you are in this process. That's going to make all the difference. The more demanding your life is, the more energy you need. If your absorption of energy is not very efficient, then you're going to be minimizing your intake and you're going to need quantity. That means you're going to need more food. You're going to need more drink. You're going to need more exercise, more of some activity or other. And many of these activities, if you do too much of them, they come at a cost. Like, for example, if you had sugar, sugar gives you an instant rush of energy. Having sugar constantly is going to burn you out. So is coffee, so is alcohol, so is too much food. It's going to make you fat. You're making up for your inefficiency by heaping on more and more quantity. And that doesn't work well. What you need to learn instead is how to become more efficient at absorbing energy. If you want to contribute to the world, if you want to have a vibrant, full, and fulfilling life, you will need to become more efficient at absorbing energy. You will need to learn quality over quantity. So how do you get that? It begins with something as simple as your breath. The first thing you might want to practice is deep breathing. 80% of your blood vessels lie at the bottom of your lungs. And when you breathe shallow from your chest, your lungs aren't getting the maximum amount of oxygen that they need for a healthy existence. As a result of which, you tend to be anxious, fearful, and in a fight or flight mode, therefore stressed and easily getting triggered by all kinds of events that are happening around you. Instead, if you breathe deeply and let the air go all the way down such that your belly comes out when you breathe and goes in when you breathe out, you'll find that this kind of deep breathing or abdominal breathing or diaphragmatic breathing will actually increase your oxygen intake and then therefore the serotonin release that occurs in your brain. You will start to feel good naturally. Now, to learn how to do this, you may want to lie down first, put a book on your belly around the navel, and practice pushing that book up when you breathe in and down when you breathe out. Breathe in, book up. Breathe out, book down. Right? Breathe in, belly comes out. Breathe out, belly goes in. That's a good indicator that you're breathing properly. That in itself will give you a lot of energy. I'm going to tell you many more ways to do this, but that's the first. That's the most basic. So do practice this every night if possible until you get it. You don't always need the book. The book is just a way to get started. You can take it off, and eventually you can do this sitting down, standing up. I've made it my regular breathing. It can be done. In the beginning, I didn't think it was possible. In the beginning, I couldn't even breathe right. Forget breathing like this all the time. But gradually, I made it my normal breath. If you're able to do that, you'll find yourself calm and peaceful and able to take on the challenges of the world in a way that you could not imagine. The second thing is really focus. In the ancient times, the word for meditation, as I've spoken of earlier, was focus, dhyan, which is really the word they use for meditation. Focusing your awareness, and this has also been called presence. Now, if you focus on your thoughts or emotions, then there will be no presence. When you step away from your thoughts and emotions and focus or put your presence on your breath, when you make your spine erect and your shoulders back, when you focus your attention on your senses, let's say what you're looking at, what you're listening to, or even your breath, you're going to find yourself focusing in a way that brings your mind to a point of focus. You will become aware of what is in front of you instead of being focused on what is going on in your head. This next activity is going to again drastically change how you experience your life. I learned about it when I was a young kid. I used to have a big reel-to-reel tape recorder, this big fat machine, and it had these big old headphones that you put around your ears. And I used to listen to music like that. Now, it didn't have these portable players like our phone, and before that, the iPods, and before that, the Walkmans. No, none of that. Just this big old machine. So as I listened, there was no choice but to listen very intently. What I found was that I began to like all kinds of music. It was only later when I understood these techniques that I realized it wasn't about the music, it was the way I was listening. With that full focus and absorption, I was diving into every note, listening, feeling, experiencing it. And because I was doing that, most kinds of music became really pleasurable. I began to enjoy them. You might want to try doing that as well. Not only with music, but with every area of your life. We're going to talk about this more in the second part of this series. There's a lot to talk about, so I've had to split it up like that. Please subscribe to the channel and click on the notification bell so you'll be notified when the next video is launched right away. And you can continue with the experiments. But in the meantime, please go ahead and act on some of the things I've suggested out here. See for yourself. And if you've already done it, tell me about your experiences. If you haven't, try it out. And in the comments below, tell me how it's going for you. I would love to have your feedback, your ideas, and anything else that you'd like for me to talk about. I'm here for you. So dive in and let me know what you need and how all of this is resonating with you. I look forward to continuing this journey with you with lots of love.